90s party.
90s party. 90s night. All right. So, all right, everybody, we're back with another live stream. Oh ship, it's another live stream. I'm still
Oh shit.
Oh ship. How many times we seen those shirts? How many times we seen those shirts? Oh ship, it's another
So many times
cruise.
I'm about to get one.
Oh ship, it's a family trip.
So we're here with another live stream with your favorite cruise directors from past and present. I'm DJ A-roc, gonna be hosting it, but we leaving this up to who's ever watching. If you got questions, and we hope we can give you some answers, but we can go around and introduce ourselves. So who want to go first? Let's get the lady in the room going first.
Hey, A-roc. It's nice to see you, and hi to everybody else. I'm Dee Walsh, formerly Dee Brandon on ships, and I'm a cruise director of the past. Hey, A-roc. I think I've been on land for 3 years now. I'm Dee. What's happening?
Formerly Dee Brandon. All right. So how many years did you work on the ship?
Are you guys hearing the echo?
Yeah, I heard the echo.
Is that in my mind?
No, it was because whenever we open the stream, then somebody, because you open it on Facebook to share so that we can hear it on
there we go.
That's it.
We got it.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay.
So we know who that was.
So it's there.
That was Everson. All right, here we go.
Okay, A-roc, what did you say?
So how long did you work as a cruise director?
I was a cruise director for 2 years.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
But you was with the company for how many years?
Just about 7. Yeah, just under 7 years. Yeah.
All right. We gonna come back to that process. All right. Because people always want to know, like, how did they get to that position? So, all right, let's go to another CD from the past. Brandon. No, so Dee, where are you at right now?
So I'm sitting in my backyard in Collingwood, and if you hear the dogs barking, it's
Collingwood. Where? What country?
Sorry. I'm in Collingwood.
I'm just in Collingwood, Ohio, right down the street from me, A-roc. Oh, what? Where's that at?
No, okay.
Open your door.
Sorry, I'm in Ontario, Canada.
Okay, all right.
and I'm not in Collingwood. I don't live there anymore. I'm in my backyard in Wabashine, a teeny tiny town.
Wabashine.
Right.
Wabashine.
Exactly. We're just hanging in the Wab.
The Wob. All right, so we're gonna go to another Canadian who I think may be in Canada. We don't know where he's at. He may be in Vegas. But Brandon, where you at?
Hey, I'm Brandon. That's me. I'm in Toronto, actually, Yonge and Finch, like right in Midtown,
Sweet.
Chinatown in Toronto.
All right.
Yeah.
So how long was you with the company as a cruise director?
Cruise director almost 5 years, and company almost 12.
Wow, I didn't know he was that long.
Yeah, I'm old. I just turned 38 the other day, so yeah.
Is that old for the
birthday.
cruise ships? Happy birthday!
Hey man, I got off the ship I retired. I got my retirement. I went for my green card. I got proof of my green card, and then COVID hit, and then the government kept my passport, so now I'm stuck in Canada permanently.
Wow.
It's not a bad place to be right now.
Hey,
but
on the upside, you got free healthcare. It's that free healthcare.
free healthcare and not a lot of COVID and people wearing masks. That's good, you know.
It's good. See, it's good to be Canadian.
Here we go. We go on patios now and shit. It's great.
That's a party. That's a party in the Midwest and in Canada. When you have a chance to hit that patio.
Oh my God, it was great. Like my wife just got here a couple weeks ago because she's from the States, but she wasn't allowed in. She finally got in, so we quarantined. Now we're here, and then we went to a patio the other day with one of her friends actually that was here from England, Harriet. I don't know if any MarQ.
The dancer,
Everson.
Harriet.
Yeah, the singer dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So she was here with her girlfriend, and so we met up.
Harriet Fenton?
I think.
Oh no, she was
Harriet.
She was with 1.0.
Oh, okay.
No, that's a different Harriet.
I'm thinking Harriet and Liz.
I'm thinking
Harriet and Liz.
No.
I was thinking Harriet.
Okay, never mind.
No, I
That's
don't
my
know.
bad.
I don't. I'll ask Chris. I don't know.
I've been gone a
I'll ask
while.
you
I don't know
afterwards.
this new Harriet.
Yeah, but yeah, we had lunch. We had dinner on a patio. And I was like, this is the greatest thing in the whole world.
So
I haven't been to a restaurant since like the start of March.
Right.
3 months. 3 months. So we got Q in the room. MarQ, what's up,
What
man?
up?
I remember when you first started with Carnival. So
I do too.
So how long have you officially been working for Carnival, and how long as a cruise director?
Yeah, so I am actually I was 1 year as a fun squad. My first contract was with Mr. Well, very good morning. I said a good morning. Always jumping in the middle of my trivia. You know, he's this guy, and it was so funny because he had this like 12-minute introduction just to every single announcement. So I'd be doing like my good morning trivia, and then all of a sudden there'd be like 12 minutes where I have to pause and wait.
Tell people to take a bathroom break.
Yeah, and then the whole like, hey, we're getting into port, we'll give you an update in a few minutes, and then there was like a whole outro.
The bing bong machine just gives up on him.
Yeah. I was talking to the electricians to see if we could cut the speakers actually for a little while, because it was every 3 minutes. So so that was my first year, and then I was on the Vista, and then actually after that I stepped up as a cruise director. So that's been about 4 years as a CD now.
All right, there we go, MarQ.
Amazing.
And the guy with the 12-minute intro. We're gonna throw it to Dr. E. Everson, what's up? Where you?
What's up?
Mark?
I'm trying to see if we've been on for 12 minutes yet before I can say anything. We haven't.
Let A-roc have his intro.
Right. I'm in Atlanta, man. You know, I'm at my mom's house, so luckily she's not married right now, so it's okay for me to be here, so I can step out. I'm hopelessly looking for a suitor for my mom, like every day, so I don't have to do much work while I'm here. But but yeah, man, I'm in Atlanta. I know. I really like you. Literally, like the last week, I've been thinking about like I need to set
love and marriage. Everson.
I need to set a bachelorette for my mom. Like I can do this online. This would be hilarious. But yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
And I've been with the company. This is my 9th year. COVID-19 is my 9th year with the company.
COVID-19.
So yeah.
Why?
Whatever works.
Why?
We're great.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. So this is a lot of people never even see the face behind the voice, and these are 4 of the faces behind the voice. So if you ever cruised on a ship, you may have heard their voice on the ship and never even seen them. But this group was always out and about. So we talk about the cruise director. How did you get into the job, D? How did you fall into the position of cruise director? What was you doing before Carnival?
Like before ships?
What was life before ships? Everybody got a story. Life before ships.
Yeah, I mean, my life before ships wasn't really that exciting. I had just graduated from university, and it was like the summer after I had graduated. I was still lifeguarding and working at the pool, and I was kind of figuring out where to go. And a friend of mine who worked for Disney Cruise Line came home from one of his contracts, and we met up and had lunch, and he's just like, you should do this. So I applied, and I actually applied to Disney because that's where he worked. And I was just like, well, he's raved about it. Why not? I like Mickey. But they wouldn't hire me. They wouldn't hire me because I had a visible tattoo. But then they said, try Carnival.
Hold up. Hold up. So
wait, what's the
couldn't
tattoo?
get a job.
It's on the back of my leg. It's like a Celtic thing.
Did y'all know about the no hire tattattue?
Not at Disney until it was like too late. And then they said try Carnival, they're more lenient. And so I got on with Chris Enstead, and he's just like, yeah, that's not a problem. Like, come aboard.
This is Thug Life tattoo.
This is before Maui.
D or Chris Unstead?
You see D with Thug Life going across her neck, like, yeah, I'm trying to get this job. I want to be the bingo host, and yeah.
Oh my God.
With a big maple leaf right here.
A-roc, was I bingo host when we were working together?
I don't think so. You was like CD when we worked together. You were
Ev,
CD.
it was you. My bad.
You was assistant. You was assistant cruise director when I was.
Yeah, because you and I were on Magic.
Yeah, but we worked together like 3 times because you kept trying to leave, and then they kept flying you back from Australia. Like, oh yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm like, oh, D going on vacation. I'm about to go to Australia and see my boyfriend, and then 2 weeks later, D back. I'm like, they getting you back from Australia back to Texas so damn fast. You just left last week, and we doing 7-day cruises.
Flying around the world.
Guys, it's really funny because that happened 3 times. I kept going back and forth to Texas.
He kept showing up. I'm like, how are you even back right now?
like, did you actually leave? I was like, no, I've been to Alaska. No, but I remember my first time. A-roc, I had just gotten to the Legend, and I had walked into Vessel Fam, and I have the ACD phone, and it's like the dial out number with like the VP and then 1,000 digits. And so I step out and I answer it thinking like, who's calling me from the office on embarkation day? And I get on the phone, D, hi, it's Butch. I was like, hey, what's up?
Hey, D, it's Butch. Hey.
But he said my name first. He was like, D, hi, it's Butch. And I was like, what's up, Butch? He's like, so don't unpack. You're going back to the Magic.
So you just got to Australia.
It was Alaska.
That's Alaska.
Yeah.
You, oh my goodness. So
not as bad.
Vessel Fam is what you got to go through like the first day of your ride to the ship. That's like the boot camp as soon as you get there. You can't get through it. I don't care who you are. But you go in, they welcome you, they take your medical, they say, hey, welcome to the ship. Oh, you start working an hour.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
You start work at 11. Vessel Fam's at 2. You can't miss it.
Well, oh, Vessel Fam.
Vessel Fam.
Yo, that first day of being like trying to move in and working. Oh my God.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's like
and seeing people again and.
So I have to say, I appreciate the handover for that because of the stress that we have to go through on that normal day, and then having to like hurry up, get in, like meet with the hotel director. For us as cruise directors, I'm gonna tell you guys that first day when we walk on board is the biggest headache of all.
Oh yeah, I got a good story about that. Would you like to hear it?
I would love.
So my first time I got to go. Covered as cruise director was on the Triumph in Galveston. So Kirk Benning, some of you might know Kirk.
Mr. Benninghausen.
Yes. So he had to go home for an emergency. So I was going to cover for like 3 cruises, and it was like a test, I guess, whatever. So I get on board. Okay, I get on board, and he's like, "All right, meet me upstairs in my cabin." So I go to the cabin. He's like, "All right."
I like your Kirk voice.
Oh yeah, this is Kirk. All right, it's Kirk. All right, he's like, "All right, see that Jack Daniels right there? If you finish it, you better fucking buy me a new one, okay? But you can drink it. All right, let's go. Let's go to the bridge." So we go to the bridge. Oh my
God, that's so Kirk.
Yeah, we go to the bridge. I work with him like on 3 different ships. I fucking love the guy. But okay, we get to the bridge. He's like, "All right, this is what you need to know for what to say. For boat drill. Here's some paper. Here's where it is. This is what you're gonna say. This is the button you push, and that's it. Just follow the captain. You'll be good." You got it? I'm like, so
sounds about right.
We go back to the cabin. He's like, "All right, man, I gotta leave." I'm like, what are you gonna give me anything to like do? He's like, no, I trust you. You'll get it. Everything's on everything's on the computer. Turn it on when I leave. I'm like, okay. So he leaves. I turn the computer. He's like, "Have fun, fucker." That was it. That was my handover on my over it. That was it. I'd never been on the Triumph in my life. I didn't know the lounge names, and like literally it was like 2 hours later, I had to do drill and then sail away. Sail away was easy. Drill, I was like, yeah. My first announcement, I was like, "All right, we got a great show tonight. Welcome aboard show. It's on deck 4, 5. Yeah, it's in that lounge." The main lounge. It's in that lounge. Front of the ship. At the front of the ship.
It's in that one.
Ask every team member on board. Someone will get you there eventually.
Oh, it was great. Apparently I made the entire all the senior managers were just cracking up. They're like, "Brandon, you did I had flopped that first cruise, but then I got it." And after that was I got promoted right from that. So there you go.
So you did something right.
Yeah.
Every single one of us has called like the lounge the name of
Something
a lounge
else?
on another ship.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
A million
yeah,
times. Or just
100%.
said like, welcome aboard Carnival Magic. And it's like, you're on the Inspiration. Like,
Actually, the best part about that was actually Matt Mitchum was when we had the Vista. He was so excited, and he went out there, and we had all like, it was our first cruise out of Barcelona, and we were like in Italy, and here we go. And he gets out there and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Carnival Breeze." And we all looked at him and he goes, "Vista!
Breeze, Vista!"
Matt Mitchum, that one's for you. We all looked at him just like, dude. Just like, oh, it was great.
nope.
That's hilarious. So Brandon, so you say you was with the company for 12 years. How did you wind up with that job? Like how did you, what was life before Carnival?
Life before Carnival was interesting. I finished school. I went to Seneca College. Dee knows where that is. And I graduated in something that probably has nothing to do with entertainment, which was social work for geriatric care, working with the elderly. And then I was like, I don't really want to do that anymore. So I was working at this restaurant called Jackassers. That's a restaurant. That's true. Oh yeah. It's good. Yeah, Jackass. And there's a donkey on the front. So I worked in the bar and I served tables and I made a shit ton of money. I was good at doing that, and I was getting bored. I wanted to get out. I needed to get something different, and we just had that opportunity to rise. Like, hey, look at this job. Work on a ship. I'm like, I like entertaining, and I went on a cruise. My mom took me on a cruise. It was my first cruise ever. And it was like just a first family vacation, probably like 15 years, because we didn't come from, I'm a Jew, but I didn't come from money. All right. So there's a stereotype taken down a step. But yeah, so we went on a cruise and I was like, oh my God, I was watching them. It was the Liberty, just came back. It was 2006. And Butch was the ACD, and Brent Mitchell, was the cruise director. And I was like, oh my God, I can do this. So I got back home and I got an interview, but not with Chris Unstead. Unstead put his assistant, Aaron. I don't know who this guy was. His name's Aaron. And he's like, yeah, all right. He's like, hey, would you like the job? I'm like, all right, I'll let you know. He's like, you let me know? I'm like, yeah, well, you're the assistant. Like, I don't know, I'll let you know. Like, give me a day. I don't know, it was stupid. I was young. But then I called back the next day and they're like, all right, we're done. And then like 6 months later, I was on a ship, and the rest is history. Pretty much.
12 years later.
12 years later, more gray hair and less hair up here.
And a wife?
And a wife. That was that was one of the best. That was my crowning achievements of.
How long did you meet her on the ship? Did you meet her on the ship?
Yeah, bet he forgot.
Yeah, we met on the Miracle in 2011. It was her first contract.
Sound like somebody else. Sound like D.
Yeah.
I was telling Brandon. I was telling Brandon I drove to Canada to do your wedding.
Yeah.
I drove
that's
from
awesome.
Ohio to Canada to do the
he
wedding.
drove all the way from Cleveland, and he was like the best for the whole weekend.
Sure.
Oh my God, it was.
Can I see that dog? Is that Beethoven?
That is not my dog.
That one's mine, actually.
That
dog was like.
So
Great Danes.
So we're gonna throw to Everson. We're gonna say MarQ since he's the youngest of the cruise directors. So Everson, how did you wind up as a cruise director, even working on the ship? You know, what was you doing before?
So before I would do photography for a couple of websites. So I was in a couple of nightclubs all the time throughout the week, and then so I would do those photos like Peter Parker, and then during the day I was working at this television pro show in DeKalb County called Inside DeKalb, and I was like the man on the street. I would probably like, hey, what's going on? We got grand openings, blah blah blah, and I'd be out, and then I would host other live events. And a friend of mine who worked at the station, he was a videographer. He got back on from a cruise, and he walked in the office because I didn't have an office. I didn't have a desk or anything. I was a contractor at this. I was just showing up and they just paid me. That was it. You know what I'm saying? If you work, you get paid.
Literally Peter Parker.
Right. So he walked in his office and I was sitting at his desk streaming Netflix. This is how you know how long it is. This is when you stream Netflix on the computer. Streaming Netflix. And don't act like you ain't streaming Netflix at your own, you know what I'm saying, place. And he was like, dog, that is your job. He was like, oh my God. Like he didn't say hello. He didn't say, how you doing? He ain't say, he said, that is your job. I said, what you talking about? He said, shut up, move on out the way. Let me pull this up. He put it up on the computer. He said, read this. This is you. You are this. This is what you need to be doing right now. I want to watch you put the application in. Do it right now. He was like, I'm not playing. Put the application in right now. I can't rest. He said the whole cruise. He was like, I knew this is your job. I put it in. He said, finally, I can rest now. How you doing? Right. So then he left and we went back to work. And then a week later, a dude who graduated from high school with me called me and was like, yo, E, I just got off this cruise. I started replacing this dude's face with yours and better jokes. I think you should be a cruise director. I was like, you know what? You the second person to tell me that. I think God trying to tell me something. So then I was like, all right, fine. That's it. I got online, found some phone numbers. I was like, let me call somebody. And it was two numbers, and they were both named Chris for entertainment. This one, Chris Purdell, Chris Unstead, right?
Yeah.
So I called and left Chris, I think the first note, Chris Purdell, a voicemail. I was like, hey, how you doing? This is Everson. I heard you had my job there. Give me a call back so we can start this.
Oh, no, you said I heard you got my job there.
Apparently, we've been missing each other for a long time. I'm supposed to be born for this job. Okay, cool, click. Hung the phone, called the other Chris. I was like, hey, just so you know, you probably heard about a strange voicemail. Your turn now. Hey, I heard you got my job. Just give me a call back whenever you get a chance so I can start getting paid. Apparently, I should have been paid a long time ago. All right, cool. Talk to you guys later, right? And so I called them on a Thursday, and I was like, I know no one's gonna call me back on Friday because folks be clocked out on Friday. And I said Saturday, no one's gonna be at the office. Skeleton Crew Sunday, Chick-fil-A ain't open on Sundays. Ain't nobody gonna be there. Monday, you got to delete all the emails you avoided on Friday. I said by Tuesday, if they don't call me back, I'm just gonna blow their phone lines up. I'm just gonna keep calling, right? My phone rung Tuesday from a strange number. I was like, hello? He was like, hello, may I speak to Everson, please? I was like, who is this? He was like, it's Chris from Carnival Cruise. I was like, Chris, what's up, man? How you doing? How's the kids? How's the Viking Street? How the goldfish? You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, wow. I really, we just talked for like 30 minutes or whatever. He was like, well, listen, I can't really officially interview with the phone. I'll tell you what, just send me one of your resumes, your headshot reel, whatever you have. Doesn't have to be today, tomorrow, within the next month. And then we'll give you a call back, all right? I was like, okay, cool. Click, hung up the phone, send me everything I had in 3 hours. I wouldn't waste no time. I went out and took some headshots. I was like, I got it. I'm out there. And then sent him everything. He called me back 2 days later. I was like, hello, because I didn't know the number again. He was like, hello, Everson, it's Chris. I was like, hey, what's up, Chris? How's it going? He's like, wow, you've really done a lot of things. I was like, yeah, Chris. So what's up? What we gonna do with this information? Like, I know I've done a lot of things. I'm trying to tell you I can do things on there. You know, he was like, well, you have to come to one of our interviews. I was like, okay, cool. So what interview? He was like, oh, let's see. We have an interview coming up in Australia. I was like,
Australia?
Not about to fly to Australia for an interview. He was like, Canada, Boston. Miami. Why wouldn't you start with Miami, Chris? Everybody knows that you got to get jiggy with it. Flew straight down to Miami, got jiggy with it, and they was like, when can you start? And then that's how I got started with the company. So that was it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
He did not start with Miami.
With Australia. Where do you think
he went to Australia? But I could hear the Rolodex in the back. It was like I could hear him actually flipping through pages trying to find on his calendar when the next. He was like, oh, Miami. I'm like, why would you start with that? Right. Like, you're in the office right now.
He has your number. He knows your area code. Come on.
Right.
Miami,
but you know, he would always say, so many things going on in the office. I'm so sorry, I forgot. I'm like, all right, Chris, okay, nothing. That was always his signature excuse. Just so many things. I don't know what's going. What's up and down.
She just said, Mary, take a breath.
Yeah,
right. It's a phone call.
I didn't know him as married then. It wasn't until after I worked in the office.
All right, so Q, I met Q the same time I met Everson on board, and I remember Q coming to the club talking about he was doing a Michael Jackson group. I'm like, hold up, because this guy knew every Michael Jackson dance move, and I finally get down to the secret, like, oh, y'all was with a Michael Jackson dance troupe. Like, excuse me? Like, he came to do Michael Jackson night one night, and he's showing like the real Thriller, not the Carnival Fun. Right now.
Like, the real Thriller.
The real Thriller.
This is the 12-minute video Thriller produced, signed, sealed, delivered by Michael himself. And I'm about to show you all how to do it. So
there sweating hard. He was sweating hard.
In the club.
Okay, but you say that like that's hard for a fat kid. Like, come on now.
No, but that's how you know the effort he was putting in, because he was up there sweating and he was like, all right, guys, listen, I need you guys to come back. We're back at the 1, all right? You fell off on the 2. I need you to come back at the 1 and 2. I'm like, all right, here we go, man.
It's serious, y'all. It was no joke. Because I remember that night because I came in and we had we did the booty shaking competition with Everson, and then one of the fun squad were always having to do the Michael Jackson dance off, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I talked to one of the other fun squad. Her name is Erin. Shout out to Erin. And she was just like, do whatever you want to do. And I was like, ugh. So then I had seen the booty shaking competition, and I was like, okay, maybe I can like pull something from that. But then I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just going to have some fun and make it my own. So then I was like, if we're going to have a competition, like I'm going to help set the tone. And so to backtrack that story, what ended up happening was back in high school, I have a good friend, Luis Castillo, who actually did Michael Jackson impersonations. And for like school, we did a show of an actual like full-on Michael concert. And so that happened. And then when he passed away in 2009, he, myself, and then a friend Gloria had gotten together, and we were like, we should bring the show back together and actually like put it into production. So for 6 years, we actually had like ever so progressing 2-hour Michael Jackson show that we had done, and we toured like all like in the middle.
Michael Jackson show, yo, that's live.
Wow,
dude, we had sets, we had design, costumers, like the whole thing. We went down to St. Kitts and got a chance to perform. Like it was amazing. So it was really cool that like I had a chance to like do that. And then I think A-roc told Everson, like, dude, you don't understand like what he did to the nightclub this night. And all of a sudden Everson told Chad, our ED, who was doing the schedule, he was like, he's gonna do this from now on. And all of a sudden I was like, this is mine now? Oh, great, thanks.
I was like, first of all, why wouldn't you lead off with, hey, I'm in a Michael Jackson dance group. By the way, FYI, I got the actual curl that Michael Jackson burnt on the Pepsi set. FYI, I have 2 of the sequence beads on my own Michael Jackson glove. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like you lead off with that. He was like, oh yeah, I used to do a little MJ back in the day. Absolutely not. Absolutely, a 2-hour Michael Jackson show.
He told me the same thing. Oh yeah, I do a little Michael Jackson person. Yeah, really? You know every move that the guy ever put out, bro. What are you talking about? So it's ironic because me and Everson was talking about the booty shaking competition on his show, because Everson just celebrated his 50th show last Wednesday. Was it last Wednesday? Week in the end. 50 shows. So you know we're gonna get that plug. 50 shows of Everson. What the news, the weather forecaster guy, Brick Wind, is that his name? Who's the weather forecast guy to come in?
The weathercaster. His name is Breck Ing Wind.
We're gonna drop a link to that in the comment section. But you know that was one thing that everybody got to do their own thing on the ship. So what was one of the best things that you enjoyed doing on the ship? And don't say sleep. I don't want to hear the sleep movement, because people already know our schedules. And I remember when I first started I think I started with James Dunn. My first contract was with James Dunn. Then my second contract was with Everson. From James to Everson was night and day, because I didn't know who Everson was half the time. Because Everson was changing clothes like 10 times. I'm like, is that the same guy I just saw? And now he in a pink leotard doing 80s trivia?
Oh yeah.
and wait, he's in the nightclub at the same night, booty shaking in the suit. Is this the same guy?
The booty shake contest was one of the highlights, man. But you can only sometimes do it versus depending on the crowd.
Yeah.
And depending on the ports, like sometimes, because it was some cruises we couldn't do it because the next port would be so early. I'm like, yo, I ain't got time to do it. And then you get it into a good groove and you get the right group of people. Oh my gosh, every time it was so much fun. And then we used to get them grannies in there, and put them walkers to the side, and you think they're gonna be all right, and they drop it. They're like,
That was always one of the biggest highlights, was walking in on that night, because I would always have to go sit with A-roc because there was nowhere to get into the club. So go sit next to A-roc so we could see the dance floor, and then watching Everson go over to the random lady, and he was like, just trust me, this is gonna be great. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she dropped into a full-on split. She's like hands on her knees, like ass up in the air. Oh my God, every time.
That's my favorite thing, is finding those people, because that's what we do. Like, we are the social catalyst. Yep. And so you can see people like, no, I see something in you, and when you get to see them and then see the audience like get in, and they be like, oh yo, and they're like, and they make their own brand new members, like, oh, I didn't think I was gonna do it. Next thing you know, everybody like, yo, I seen you last night.
Yeah,
right.
The one thing we got is good intuition of people. We know.
Yeah,
we just know. Yes. We know
right away. Day one.
From Sellaway. So we get that. We know who's ready to party from Sellaway. What was one of the craziest Sellaway events that y'all ever ran across? Brandon, we're gonna take it back. Brandon, when you started in CD, what was one of the craziest, and what ship? Like, what everybody thinking?
I gotta say it was the Elation, actually. The Elation. We did a I think it was New Year's Eve on the Elation. We had to do sail away party and then do New Year's later. So we had sail away, and every single fucking person on the ship was at sail away. And I was like, holy shit, let's go. I got hyped because the more people.
Of course.
We lost him. Where'd he go? We lost him. He on that Canadian Wi-Fi. There we go. He's back.
Wait, I'm back. Sorry. Fucking
Canadian Wi-Fi.
Shitty Wi-Fi. But yeah, there was like, I think, I don't know, the Elation had like, 2,800 people around that usually. And something like that. I don't remember. Like maybe more. But we'd have like 2,000 people out on the deck. And it was just packed. Both sides of fantasy class ship, crazy, going nuts. I took my shirt off, jumped in the pool at the end of it.
Because
not anymore, you're not.
Because we get away with that before.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you can't do that now.
Day.
No, you can't do that anymore. We couldn't do it before I left either. So
I was giving scores out for cannonballs on the ship. Security's like, no, DJ, you can't be
no, that is very bad.
I was giving out scores on the Lido day. People started doing cannonballs, like, oh, that was only a 7.5, man. You gotta come with something better. So next thing you know, it's like a line of people in the Lido deck doing cannonballs. And Scary like, DJ, you know better than that.
Like, nah, I didn't know that. I thought it was cool. People jumping in pools all the time.
I just started yesterday. That was always the reason. I just started yesterday. So Q, what was one of your memorable moments? Cruise director, Sellaway party. What was one of them standout moments?
I have to say it was probably my first cruise that I did a 3-day, because there's an aspect of joining like a cruise that's a 7-day, and it I find that like the 7 days, like there's a good energy, but because they're there for so long, they kind of have to pace themselves compared to the people that are there for like the weekend cruise. Yeah. So it was like the first time that I had a 3-day, maybe even like a 4-day, just like watching everybody just be so excited for the cruise and knowing that they were there to have like 3 days to party, never see these people again, and let loose. Oh, the California crowd, and Dee knows this because you were on the Inspiration, right, Dee?
Yeah, for 2 years.
Yeah. So I was probably like maybe a year after you or two on the Inspiration out of LA or Long Beach. And oh my gosh, just walking up there and like literally being like, I had to stop the music because I didn't have anybody. And then I was like, look, you're never going to see these people again. And all of a sudden, the entire, like, I saw people coming from everywhere, and I was like,
that Friday night crowd, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Friday night crowd. Yeah, I did that on the Paradise Simulation too. Man, they're crazy.
And it was amazing. And I literally walked away from there with no voice. And as cruise directors, I mean, like our voices are very sensitive and fragile already, but the hype that I got from that crowd, and in just like 45 minutes, I was like, so here's the deal, guys. Like this is not going to be a good day.
Shops are open.
And he's done. The rest of the cruise, he's just talking like this.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Donahue.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's good to see you all. Thanks for I'm the boy. You gotta have Kevin voice, and that's the thing. That's his only voice.
That's his voice. I love Kevin, man. I love that man.
Instant rasp at all times. Hey, what's going on? It's Kevin.
Oh, that's like Georgie as well. George Roberts.
Really? Is his voice like that too?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
You guys are hilarious. So D, me and D had some good moments, and her 5 times to the ship, back to Alaska, Australia, back again. I'm saying I just never got over that. It was like, oh, didn't you just leave last debark? Yeah, but I'm back for a week to cover. Like, oh, okay, all right.
Good for you.
So you want to do what we was doing 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah. We just gonna keep the folder saved because I know you'll be back in 2 more weeks. I'm just gonna save these folders because I know I'll probably see you before I leave this contract. See how many times you're gonna show up before this contract. And we laugh because we know it's true because we was talking about this on the last one. Carnival's notorious for calling you up and say, "Hey, so can you go to a ship? When?
I want to see that dog.
Tomorrow. We got your flight booked.
Right. They already got your name on the ticket before they called you.
Right.
So can you go where? Can you go to Los Angeles? Excuse me? Yeah, when? Tomorrow.
Your flight's tomorrow,
9:30. No. Right. The flight
book. Yeah, because we need you on the ship.
Meanwhile, they email you your
Have you checked your email? Did you check your email? No, you just called me.
Yeah.
Check your email. The flight.
Your employment letter's on the way. What?
Yeah. I haven't packed anything.
Yeah, right. I just kept a bag in my closet just for the phone call. Like, I'm just waiting for this phone call.
Gotta have to go back.
You gotta have to
go back.
I made it. I made one. I was like, forget that.
The 305 number pop up. You already know. Like, all right. So where I need to go and how long. And it's always like,
where's the passport?
Right.
Yeah.
So who got that call? Can you go there for a week and then a week turn to 2 weeks, turn to 3 weeks? You think your ride is out for a month? Everybody shaking their head. Hey, Mark, have you not got that call yet? Hey, can you go to the ship and cover?
I did get that call, actually. I got that call right before I went to the Magic. So this was actually my longest contract that I had. And it was, I had done the Fascination, Elation, and the Inspiration. And so that was supposed to be my 6 months. And as I was rounding out my time on the Inspiration, I get the phone call and it was like, oh, hey, Malcolm needs to leave the ship. And you're the person that could be there to cover. So could you go for maybe a month? And I was like, okay, yeah, a month. And they were like, actually looking at the dates, could you cover through the holiday season? And I was like,
that's how they get you.
Wait, what month was it?
Yeah,
August. So they had called me at the end of October.
Oh, so you had to do Halloween?
Yeah, so I was like, ugh, okay.
I hate
Halloween, Thanksgiving, and New Year's. All right.
All of the encompassed. And I really had my heart set on being home. This will be the first time that I was home for Christmas since I started with the job. So I was really excited about it. And then they were like, yeah, it'll be just a month. And I was like, all right, I can do that. No big deal. And then all of a sudden we get through the holiday season and I didn't have a sign off date. And then they were like, oh yeah, can you just hang on till February? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then they were like, oh, actually, could it be March? And then I was like, okay, sure. And then they were like, oh, how about you just stay till the end of May? And I was like,
you gotta say something, man. You gotta say something. I'd be like, no, I'm leaving. I'm out.
Pneumonia 3 times.
Oh,
I prefer
June till May.
June to May, but do you prefer working holidays? Because I prefer
working holidays.
I
like it. It's weird DJing deck party on a Christmas, but I did it. Oh, what are you doing for Christmas? Deck party. all the guests so what are you doing for Christmas tonight? Deck party, nightclub.
DP.
It's going down. It's going down.
Just finished the holiday show. Oh man.
Right. So
so the holiday show just reminded me of this. When we would do the holiday show, I had the light technician put a smoke machine in the fireplace that's on the stage, and the dancers didn't know. Of course not. They had no idea, right? So it was between me and the lighting tech. The other techs didn't know until we started the show, right? So he puts it in there, and it gives just a little haze, right? So it looks like just the normal haze that they have in the audience. And then as they're doing the rocking around the Christmas tree, I'm in the background fanning this thing like it's on fire. I lock eyes with one of the dancers, and he's like, laughs in the microphone. I was like, yes, that's all I wanted. That is it, right?
Yes.
So I'm trying to fan. It's like smoke everywhere, dog. And it's one of the funnest moments I have ever had doing the holiday shows. I think it was like 2 or 3 Christmases ago. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
It's hilarious because people don't realize how much go into all these events we do on board from the techs that make these events go. And like we was talking before we got on about me as the DJ for the CDs, and I'm on Lido deck, for the music, and I used to always get in trouble for the music being too loud. So I had a cruise director I worked with, and he'd constantly come in and say, "You need to turn the music down. A-roc, turn it down." Then I had another guy was like, "Turn it up, turn it up." So the guy that turned it up used to get me in trouble every single week. He'd come out, A-roc, turn it up. We get so many things from guest service. They be calling my phone.
Turn it up. Who would do that?
Who would take? Who would do that? A-roc, turn it up. So the ED shows up one afternoon, and she's sitting there saying, "So we got to keep these levels down because people don't realize we got these decibel meters that nobody know how to read, but we own them."
What he says? It says 98.
Keep it there. It is like, so working Lido deck, what was one of the biggest things on Lido deck? Because people don't realize, like, it's so much to go into these contests we do, from men's hairy chests to synchronized swimming to whatever else was popping up. What was one of those things? What was one of Lido's events that just got you going you look forward to it every cruise? Like, what was that one Lido event that you knew was gonna be like, it's gonna be ridiculous, or it's gonna be like, oh, I might get fired for this one? Look, Brandon thinking like,
for me, I like synchronized swimming because like we always set up the guys. That's how we did. That's what we always do. We set up the guys for glory, and then I would just train the girls and be like, I go to the girls' side and be like, all right, ladies, we're giving the guys this fast techno beat song. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right. So I'm gonna stay here with you. I'm gonna go over and check on the guys, but I'm gonna help you. Because I've done this many times before. But do we have a former cheerleader? Do we have a cheerleader? There's always one cheerleader. And I'm like, all right, you're in charge, girl. You're in charge. I'll be right back. And I go to the guys and I'll be like, all right, we're playing like that slow, like what do you call it? Chariots of Fire.
The chariots
of fire. Yeah. So I want you guys to really go, and I would teach them the whole, like, all the way along, walk along the side of the pool, put their arms out, get in the pool, do the flower, have one in the middle with the little spit coming out, being the boys picking them out and just spitting around, twirling them around, and the girls would get like some like Spice Girls, like stupid ass, like, Spice Girls song, and I told them it would be slow and fast. But if you want to be my lover, and we would like turn it up. We would like turn it up even faster. Be like, if you want to be my lover, you gotta be my friend and make love forever. And they're just like, they're trying to like walk slowly. Yeah, and they're trying to walk slowly, but they're like, oh shit. Oh god. Okay, let's get in the water. And it's terrible. But it's great. Like, what was it? My favorite contract as cruise director was on the Elation back in 2014, I think.
Because the pool is right there on Elation. You got
right
the pool
there.
right there,
man. Like, we worked on Fancy, right? A-roc?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love.
I was there for your birthday.
You were there for my birthday.
Oh, there's a story.
I think I still got pictures from that birthday.
Oh my god!
I think y'all did y'all go like Paradise Island that day or something?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So the whole entertainment team went to Paradise Island, and I had to go renew my medical in Cozumel.
Oh, yes.
The whole entertainment. A-roc, we going to Paradise. It's free.
It's free. Yeah, I got free.
Just come. Like, no, I ain't gonna get these medicals. Oh, it ain't gonna take you a couple hours. 4 hours later, I'm still at the medical. Everybody get back up. Everybody
it's
get
a whole
back
day.
It's a whole day.
Always.
It's a whole day. But it's one of those things. But so So what was one of your things from Lido? What was on your favorite Lido deck events, D?
Favorite Lido deck event? Oh God. I always loved Groove for St. Jude. I really did, because it was like on our itinerary. It was always on our final sea day. Well, I think it always was, wasn't it? It was always on the last sea day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. So it's nice to be able to kind of, because like dancing was one of my favorite things to do on a ship, period. So that was always good to get like with everybody for the last day. But before, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Are you good?
Listen, I just want to see the dog.
Put dog on the camera. We need to see the dog.
Hey!
Hey!
There's two of them.
Where's the other one going? It just ran away.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't really like each other that much.
Oh, really? That's why they're barking.
What are the dogs' names?
So the black one is Stella.
Stella.
And we've had her since she was a pup.
Waiting for
that. And then the brown and white one is Luna, and we just got her like 2 months ago.
Oh, that's why they don't like each other.
She's a little alien. She hasn't acclimatized to us yet.
Yeah.
She adopted.
Stella's like, what you doing in my house?
She adopted?
Yeah, they're both rescues. Yeah.
Nice. Love that.
And they're both girls?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They're just in there to sit each other's face.
Luna's a boy, actually.
Stella.
we want to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
So Q, what was your biggest thing, on the Lido deck? Because I remember the thing is I worked with all you all on the ship, and it's like it's so much stuff that we did that we just don't need to mention in these conversations.
Right?
No.
I mean, nothing against policy. It's just, what happens on the ship stays on the ship.
That's right. We never did any of this.
Right.
No.
Except for those booty shaking contests that somehow wound up everywhere. Like, what's
right?
up these booty shaking contests? What's
like in the Zeus parade?
Right.
Oh
we had a few men's hairy chests to kind of go south real fast. Like, cut the music. The crew director yelling at me up on the.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
shut the music. The guy's taking his pants off. He's getting naked.
Stop it!
Yeah.
Right. Grandma about to have a heart attack. Stop it!
It's one of I have to say those are some of the best moments though when they're good. If you have like a moment where it's like if it works and everybody's like super into it, like it's hilarious and you can't. Like that's one of the things that I love about this job is that people are like, oh, you literally do the same thing every week. And I was like, while I would love to say yes, it's no, because literally no cruise is ever the same.
It's always different.
And that's what's always so exciting is because you can't write it. And when people are like, no, there's no way that happened. It's like, look, I might be quick and witty, but I'm not that funny enough to be able to make up like a story that fast.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People don't believe half the stuff I tell them. Like, yeah, that happened on the ship. They're like, what? I'm like, every week, because you get these back-to-back cruisers that leave their luggage just in guest services because they're there for 3 or 4 weeks, and they be like, how do you guys deal with the same stuff every week? I say, I'm telling you, just come to the event all 3 times you're here, since you're here for a month.
All different. All 3 are different.
It'd be all different. I say, just come and you'll find out, and people will seriously, they see this like, how does this even? I said, we can't plan this. I mean, people get their 1 week out of the year and they ready let loose. If it's a 3 or 4 day, they turned up when they getting on the ship. They already drunk. They already
make a fool of yourself. Who cares?
They drunk from the time they get on till they get off. A 7 day, they pace themselves. You can kind of see it like from sail away to booty shaking contest night. You kind of see the difference between it.
Yeah, I love for me. I love the New Orleans crowd, the 4 and 5 day New Orleans crowd. That crowd is ridiculous.
That was a hard one. I was on the what was that? The Dream out of there with the nightclub with the bulletproof glass. I called it bulletproof glass. They had number
bulletproof glass.
I remember that.
Love that dream. Love that shit.
I remember that glass.
Because everybody's butt was on the glass by the end of the night. Like, come on, man. I feel like I was in a hockey arena with all the glass in front of me. It was harder than the cage on the Magic. We had the cage on the Magic. We had the bulletproof glass on the Dream.
We did.
Trying to tell us something.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So E, what was your thing on Lido Deck? Because you always had something going on Lido.
My thing was deck party, man. Deck party was always my thing. But deck party aside, that was like I was like, yo, deck party, mega deck party. I'm about to just slay. Cause I like the fact that people who would normally be there would just be walking by. And then I got into the fact because when you first start hosting deck party, you think that it's your job to make sure everyone is dancing. And that's not, and then once you get into it and you start actually experiencing what people, that you understand that people be like, hey man, I just watched you do that deck party. I'm sweating up here. And then they just want to come and see the whole deck party. But I was trying to decide if it was between hairy chest or deck party, but there was this one hairy chest that is in my mind. It was on the Magic. And it was this, I'm super safe with my stuff because I wanted to be a production. So like, I'm like, so I would always have a host go find me other people, sign them up. I said, talk to them. And I always do the same spiel. I get them, all right, listen, dudes, this is the hairy chest, not the hairy balls, the hairy butt. So I need you to keep everything else wrapped up. Okay. This is just hairy chest. Okay. I said, and I was like, no flips. If you can't do no flips, don't be out there doing no splits. If you can't do no splits, you need to be able to walk when we get done. Okay. That's it. Right. And so I
check yourself.
Check yourself. So I go through all these things. This dude does a flip in the middle of like he was fit. He did it. I was like, okay. Luckily it was dry out there. I was like, okay, dude just did a flip. I said, if you don't know how to do a flip, don't do one. So all the other dudes was like, I'm not doing a flip. I was like, did you just hear me say you don't have to do a flip? I just said don't do a flip. So I get like 4 dudes in, right? And I look down and I'm coming back. So it's like, when you come on the Magic, for those who've never been on the Magic, you walk up on the Magic and it's like, 60 feet to the pool. After I interview the ladies, I turn back and I see 2 grannies in a scooter. One granny's in the scooter that's like the Professor X scooter, right? With the handle on the side.
With the handle on
the And then another granny is in the scooter, you know what I'm saying, with the revs, right? You know what I'm saying? She's got the room, right? And so I'm like, oh snap, is this about to be slow and serious up here? Are we about to have a drag race? And I'm just joking, like I'm just like literally joking. I'm going back, and the granny in the Professor X wheelchair, she kind of nudges up and looks over at the other. I was like, yo, don't. And then the other granny nudges too. And you talking about Lido just erupts and they come full speed at me. Now, mind you, I just said all the stuff about safety, and I just egged these 2 grannies on to do this scooter race, and they come straight at me. And I'm like, and for a split second, I'm like, see, ha, ha, see, ha. Like I just see fireworks going off. It's like an AARP sign behind it, and I'm cracking up. And then I'm scared because I'm like, yo, it's no brakes. They ain't got no brakes on these wheelchairs. I was like, oh my God, it's great. He's gonna die today. And then they get down to the end, and it just comes into like they just stop. And the lady, and that was just it. And like I will never forget that moment. Lido, it was like being at the Super Bowl. Lido deck was like, oh, people throwing stuff off. They was like, yeah, oh, people ripping their shirts. Like it
go Martha!
Right? Yeah, it was the best moments ever. Because like who would have thought these grannies was just gonna be down for the cause? Like, yeah, we racing. I don't care. I've lived long enough. I've lived long enough.
Oh my God!
So,
that's a great moment.
Man. Like, it gives
that's
me
a great
chills
moment.
Thinking about it. But deck party was always my number one thing, man. I used to love just making sure having fun. And then I would start hosting dance parties at deck party, and that made it fun for me too. So
the whipping competition.
I worked with Everson back when we were still having the 2 deck parties. We had the
blue iguana and
red iguana.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
That cumbia,
so,
that cumbia, Everson, need that
cumbia. But I have to say, Everson, one of my, and actually, A-roc, you were there for this. There was a night where we were having our deck party, and afterwards, this was when like Watch Me Whip like started to become like a thing, and Everson was always doing like a little bit of a dance competition right after the deck party, so like we'd always like encompass everybody coming down to the dance floor, and it was so cool. And then A-roc took over one night, and you played this indie song, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, this the whole like dance floor got mobbed of all these indie guests, and they came out and they were doing this, and Everson was like,
the light bulb,
light bulb, baby, light bulb.
And then literally the next week, Everson saw all these like this other group of people, and then he was like, "Hey, A-roc, A-roc," and A-roc's trying to find out where he is. And he goes, "Light bulb song, light bulb song."
Light bulb.
He played.
I did not know what the light bulb. I did not know what the light bulb.
What are you doing? Play this song, man. Play this song. Play it, man. Don't play. Play this song.
And in December, a lot of people don't realize in December, you know, not everybody celebrate Christmas. So you get these families and a lot of groups on board that don't really celebrate Christmas. And
yes,
we get them every December. And I think I've worked almost every Christmas for the past 4 years on the ship. And I mean, you get that group on board and it's like, are we going to turn this deck party to a Bollywood party?
Right.
What is it going down tonight?
Song? What is that song?
Punjabi MC. Beware the boys.
Punjabi MC.
Yeah, beware the boys. Yep. It's crew party on Lido deck. That's all I remember is Everson over at the bar, and I'm like, where is he at? Yelling, "Hit the light bulb song." Hey, Rock, hit the light bulb. Like, what?
Hey, Rock, I can just picture it.
I'm like, what is the light bulb?
Hey, Rock.
Right. He's just yelling, like, where's he at? I'm looking around the Lido, like, what is this light bulb song he is yelling at me to play right now? That's hilarious.
Because that's the thing. Because
what's it called again, A-roc?
Punjabi is Beware the Boys. Beware the Boys. Yeah, Beware the Boys. Punjabi. Yeah.
But see, because the Indian families would come and be like, "We are having such a great time, but do you mind playing just a bit Punjabi?" And I was like, yeah, of course. Because, like, you know, us Indian people are just our neighbors. Like, I love all the Indians that would be cooking and security and in every other department, of course. So we've already heard. I'm like, what you want to hear? I'm like, I know we got it. So
I know we got it.
Come and find me. Because I don't want to do the dance. I'll be waiting. I'm like, yo. And then as soon as they come over and ask, I'm like, "Hey, Rock, do it now. Keep it on go."
Hit the light bulb.
Hit the light bulb.
Flip the switch, hey, Rock. Flip the switch.
The switch.
I tell people
like
that story when I'm on the ship, like when like Q&A, and they're like, "What is like one of your funniest moments?" I'm like, when Everson would be like light bulb song, and all of a sudden, literally, A-roc would just be like, "Oh, okay, got it."
Right.
Throw it on instantly on cue.
This is it, right? That's all you need to do.
Like people don't realize like how we all got to work together. Like, you know, you got to match up with your CD. You got to be on the timing. You know, it's like it's a two-man show on a lot of these events. Because if I'm behind the queue, I'm done. You know, Everson like, all right, we're gonna do this line dance, but I'm gonna teach the wrong line.
Not Ev, you've never done that.
And then he yelled at me, A-roc, wrong song. Like, hold up, this is never mind. All right,
this is a song you asked for. All right.
I was like, yeah, because you know me, I would add a song at the last minute. I'm like, don't we have it? We ain't got the song. I'm teaching the dance.
Samba.
No, he like,
oh God.
No, it was everybody. It was Everson like, we need to get Alex on here. You need to email Alex. I don't know why we got the song on this.
He was watching earlier, so
yeah, he was on earlier. That was all with Everson. That was all with the what was that? The Latin Fiesta in Texas.
Fiesta.
So yeah, so me and Everson used to get into it every Thursday night. It felt like, and we used to get like, this Latin Fiesta got no Latin music. Like that's all we playing. You got no cumbia music. We need cumbia music.
Every night, every
services.
Cumbia.
DJ, you gonna play some cumbia? Yeah, man. I got you. I'm emailing Alex. Hey, man, I need this cumbia. These people gonna throw me off the boat, dog. Guest services phone blowing up right after deck party. They didn't play no Latin music. I'm like, what the hell? I'm sitting there giving them my playlist. So you tell me Mark Anthony ain't Latin, Selena ain't no. We want
the real Latin.
We want real. Yeah,
the real Latin.
Where you from? I'm from Ohio. Oh, y'all don't know Latin music. I didn't say I did. I'm just saying. I'm just going off what I got. I'm going off the playlist. You know, where you from? Oh,
they not bad as Caribbean, bro.
Oh man, can you play some soca? You gonna dance? Yeah. And that never happened. Right.
No, never.
we was in the club last contract and we was getting chewed up. You know, why you guys ain't playing no soca? Like we just like they came there talking about we don't know soca, but my host DJ is from St. Lucia. You guys don't know nothing about Caribbean music. I'm looking like, you see this dude name tag?
Right.
You grew up on it, man.
I don't know nothing about this man is from the island.
Born and raised.
I can see me from Ohio. Yeah. So we used to mess with people. He'll play all top 40 and I play all Caribbean music with those people off every night. Like, hey, you go, yeah, I got you, dog. When I come on, it's all Caribbean music when I start. What you know about it, don't worry about it. He'd be in my ear whispering, like, play this. Like, all right, I got it. Play this. I got it. So we have some questions. I want to keep you guys on. So what everybody doing right now during the pandemic? You know, we will be back. We don't know when. No one knows when. But what are y'all doing right now after the cruise ship? You know, Brandon, I think Brandon retired first, and then D, and then Everson and MarQ is still with the company. We all hope we still got a job after.
Yeah, they got a job. They're good.
So for you guys that are at home, like Evan, MarQ, like, are you guys just kind of like you're just at the company's mercy for when you get a phone call, or?
Kind of,
Be there
yeah.
Tomorrow. Be there. Yeah. They're gonna get that call. Can you get on shit when tomorrow?
Yeah.
Bags packed, ready to go.
Yeah, no notice.
Ship set September 15th. You get a call on the 14th.
Right.
Hey, can you go meet this ship? Can you join on this ship?
So how long have you guys been off the ship for? Because I know some of them were kind of floating around with crew members on for like a number of weeks. Like, was that you guys? Like, what was your experience through it?
MarQ, were you on board?
I was on board. Yeah. So I was supposed to end my contract in the end of April. And I was, when everything kind of went down, it was March 13th that Carnival had decided that they were going to stop operations. So I was on board for about 3 weeks. So I was I would say I was one of the lucky ones that had a chance to kind of get off the ship and come be with my family and be home, compared to like some of the other team members, which was, you know, not as great for them because a lot of them, their borders were closed, so they weren't able to go home. So I was lucky enough to get off the ship as soon as possible. But yeah, it was really kind of chaotic just kind of coming up to it because nobody really knew what was going on. So, and we kept hearing this from the guests and hearing that from the guests. And then our shore side was trying to communicate. So it was really just, I mean, this whole pandemic has just been, nobody knows what's going on. So it was a little crazy, but now it's just like being home. So I'm actually, I actually am looking into working at like a Caribou or a Starbucks up here, just because like I can't keep sitting and
make some money,
hanging out.
Gotta make that money.
But see, for me,
but you need to have something to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
As people who are like constantly on the move and super busy, like at all times, and with people, like being home is great, and I love being with my family. But it's also like that part of me that's just like, oh, like I miss being in the middle of like the energy, like the thrive of a deck party, the sail away. And even though there's like debark mornings are exhausting, it's just like I'm like craving it now that I don't have it. So
yeah. Well, at least there was no COVID on your ship, so that's good too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a win.
So I heard the Valor had it too, right?
I had just gotten off the end of January, and I had to get my medical redone. And then of course March hit, and everybody was like, "Oh, you know," I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna get my medical right now."
Me either.
I'm not really gonna rush to the hospital.
I'm gonna ride this one out.
I'm gonna ride this wave out, right? And so I was supposed to go back. My medical expires in April, but I was supposed to go back in March, the last week in March. So I was supposed to do the Fantastic Voyage, and then go to the Breeze. So I was going to Fantastic Voyage on the Magic, and then go to the Breeze.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and then they canceled that, and I was like, okay. They're like, so
what's the Fantastic Voyage? Hold on. What's the Fantastic Voyage?
So for those who've never heard of the legend himself, Mr. Tom Joyner. He is a legendary.
Yeah, that's
one of just a pioneer in radio, especially in Black radio too. And he would have the Fantastic Voyage, and he have this huge cruise where he chartered the whole ship, and they have different acts come on. And I have to tell y'all a story about that. That sail away party was one. That was my all-time favorite sail away party. But yeah. So I was at home. So luckily it was cool. But I was literally supposed to join that last week of March. And then like 2 days before I was to join, Trump was like, we're gonna shut down all the crews. Nothing is going out. I was like, yo, all right, well, I guess I ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's cool. They'll let me know. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Brandon in Canada. In Canada,
we got it going on. We have the most cases in the world. That means we're in first. Okay, we're in first.
In the race of COVID-19, we're winning.
We're winning, and that's all that counts, which means I'm doing a great job. Okay, thank you.
Right. Oh, thank you, Mr. Canada.
Anywhere, bro. I know,
live from Canada, live from Canada, right there.
Hey, at least the score is even.
Live from Canada. Hey, look, I had a quick question in the chat. See who want to answer this. We talked about it. What is your normal day like on the ship, and do you have a single cabin as a cruise director? Don't get me started on that one. But
we do have our own cabin.
What are they asking for? Are they trying to join?
They want to join. Yeah, trying to take your job.
I see that. What's a normal day for you, like when you're working? Well, it's pretty much what, like, depends, right? Sea days for us is usually like a 10 to 12 hour day.
Yeah.
Right. We're moving constantly. We're changing every, I don't know. For me, I change every couple hours. I have to.
Yep. At least 2 showers.
I sweat like crazy. So I change over and over and over again. Where people are like, oh my God, you were this. Like, I know he changed a ton of times. Mark and G, we all change just so much. We have to have a wardrobe of ridiculousness. I had like a whole cupboard of like dress up stuff. And then I have my normal clothes. Yeah. And I go back and forth. And my bed by the end of like a sea day, like on like a last sea day or like a first sea day, those 2 sea days are crazy. My bed would just be full of just clothes everywhere.
Guys, I'm still finding like. Sorry, go ahead.
I paid my cabin steward a lot of money because my room was a fucking mess.
Oh, you got to take care of your cabin stewards. though.
You got to take care of the cabin steward.
Yeah.
Putu was my favorite one. I love it. That guy got a lot of money from me, man.
Well, see, I like Mate.
He took care of 2 people. I my wife and me in the room. So like he was good.
Right.
He was good. She was much cleaner than I was.
But like talking about how many different outfits you would have in a day, like I'm 3 years out and I'm still finding random stuff that I can, take to my new job and be like, yes, of course I have, an emerald green leprechaun suit that will fit a 700-pound man. Of course it will fit our mascot on St. Patrick's Day. They're like, why do you have this? I was like, oh, it's just in my bag of tricks.
There's a history. There's a history. You don't ask about that.
No, you don't.
Well, a lot of people, like what I do when I get home is like people don't understand the days of the week. Because on the ship, we don't have no days of the week.
No.
We just have 4 days.
Embark, sea day.
Port day. Right. Port day one,
port.
Mm-hmm. You got training on what day? Port day. What day is port? Is that Tuesday? No, it's port day 1.
Roatan.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold up. When I first started, I had all these trainings, and they're like, you gotta go to this training on what day? Tuesday, Wednesday, port day. What port day?
Port day.
Port day. What port day? Port day 1. Is that a Tuesday? I got in an argument with the lady in it was the MSA over days of my training. I'm like, so is that Wednesday or is that Thursday? It's port day 2, DJ.
She's like, because she didn't know.
I'm like,
she didn't know either.
Port day 2. She was like, you gonna be? I think it might have been like Jamaica or Roatan or something. It was the same. And I'm just like, all right, let me set my phone to port day 1, 2, sea day 1.
Right.
But see, that annoys me because when guests ask me about an event, I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing a Cozumel night. And they're like, so Tuesday? I'm like, I don't know any days, bro.
Right, exactly.
We go to Cozumel. That's when we're gonna do it, okay?
But then you'd get hit with like a reverse itinerary and you'd get all fucked up.
Absolutely. But that's what I love about the app now, because I'm literally just like, open your app. Here, let me favorite it for you. So when you get this ding, know that you need to be there. Like, oh my God, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Mark, I remember something that like you and I connected, because I think you and I only worked together for one cruise.
Yeah, that was when Everson went to his sister's graduation. I think that's what it was, and you came on board?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
December.
And we were doing a Guess That Song trivia, which was one of my all-time favorite things to do, like that and Mardi Gras. But we were doing, and it was Time of Your Life from Dirty Dancing. Do you remember this? It was in the Ocean Plaza.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so for anybody watching, like I had known Mark for not even a whole cruise, and we were both in all over the place. So it's not like we got to like spend time together. And you were on this trivia with me, you were doing the music, and it was the point where like, Jennifer Grey's supposed to like jump into like Swayze's arms, and I jumped off the stage, and he's like right there to catch me in the middle of the Ocean Plaza, and he like spins me around, and it was just one of those moments. Oh my God, yeah. Sorry, that just kind of came to my head when we were just Anyway.
So was this one of the weeks that you went to Alaska for 2 days and came back to the Magic for a week in December? Somebody had to take it probably was, because I was there.
It could have been, because I know the first time that I went, I covered because Eli left.
Yeah.
And but Mark, you weren't there yet because I had just left. I was literally off the ship for 24 hours. I flew there and flew back in 24 hours.
Oh my God.
No, I think because if I was covering Ev, then
it was probably
because I think you like joined us like at the middle of the week.
That was in December. Yeah, I know.
I don't even know what year though. Like I don't know where I was in my career.
It was the same year
2015.
that the Force Awakened, the Force Returns. That's what it was.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. The only reason I know is because my sister graduated the same day it came out, and everybody was like, "Yo, you're leaving to go see the movie," and I was like, "I mean, that's just how the Force works, you know what I'm saying?" That's how it works.
That's amazing.
These aren't the vacations you're looking for.
We got some questions. I don't know about this one. What's the biggest annoying thing guests do over and over for CDs? Is in the chat. What's the annoying thing that guests do over and over? All right, keep it clean.
I don't know if we have enough time to even like start this list, but
oh my goodness.
I feel like this could take a big turn, and I think we're doing really well right now.
Hey, this question to answer. What's the
for me?
We get the
this is my answer.
Employees.
That's my answer.
We get the
Y'all remember? Y'all know this, right?
That's literally what I brought to work and put on our mascot.
I still have this.
I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I kept mine. I was like, yeah, I'm keeping it. So you're making me wear it. I'm keeping it.
So what's the thing that the guests annoy you? What's the one thing the guests will get that annoy you the most besides actually what a bathroom is?
Okay. Or hey, I'm retired. I can say what I want now.
Right.
Okay, so I went my first cruise on the Paradise after Steve Castle left. Okay,
Aww.
So I had to take over Steve Castle. By the way, his cabin, man, deep clean.
Really? Because he was there for 45 years.
It smelled like coffee and old cigarettes. It was disgusting. Yeah. So I had no handover. I just was like, forget it. I knew the ship already. So I did the welcome board show. It was great, and I had this like 85-year-old cute little like cauliflower lady. She's just coming up to me with her little walker. She's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Well, did you watch the show?" I was like, she's like, "Yeah." I know. I'm like, you didn't see anything? It's like, I did, but where's Steve? I'm like, Steve's retired. Oh, and we have you? Oh, and turns around and starts walking away. I'm like, first day on board, baby. That's right. This contract's gonna kick ass.
Yeah.
It did. It kind of motivated me. I was like, I'm gonna show this old lady what's going on. So I saw her up on Lido deck. I got her to be a judge in hairy chest. I just did everything to turn her around because like she put like, they're like, I'm like, shut up, lady. I'll show you. I'll show you. I ain't no 65-year-old man that plays the fiddle. Okay? I don't know how to juggle. I can juggle 2 balls with one hand.
Oh wow!
but seriously, like not.
No, but actually, I can.
But actually, we're like. I wasn't talking about. Yeah, I was talking about this.
You did kind of go like this.
I was like, like this. Yeah.
Oh man, what else? Oh, we got another question. Hold on. All right, what is it like cruising during hurricane season? We've been through a few of those. A fantasy class ship in hurricane season.
Oh, it's a roller coaster. I love it.
Fun.
Right. Just grab a rail and watch for the people. I mean, all you can do. Grab a rail and watch. I was on the Sunshine when it listed a few years ago. Ooh. And I was the music manager on board at the time. So the ship tilted to the starboard side, and it was just like, oh. So we sitting there like, yeah, it was, yeah, and it was.
Was that the one with Mikey?
Yes.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, that was and it wasn't hurricane season. So we can't figure out what the hell was going on. So what was like hurricane? Because the cruise director, you guys gotta, everything changes immediately. Like, hey, we're not gonna hit this port, or we getting some rough weather. Get on the bing bing. Give us some announcements, some reassurance. Tell people to hold on the handrails. DJ, don't play nothing in the club that's gonna make people sicker than what they are. Yeah.
Right.
So what was for hurricane season? Anybody? What's the biggest thing?
Man,
like MarQ thinking
I had Irma who was on the Magic. It was Jose, who we called Vive Cuervo. Irma, and then there was a third one that came up right after that was chasing, and the story was Irma found out that Jose was going to see the first hurricane, which is another lady's name, and I can't remember what it was. But that
Wilma?
cruise,
No, that's not Wilma.
I don't know. Maybe it was.
Check that. What year was that?
Before Irma, right? So it would have been H.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Was it Harvey?
Yes.
Harvey.
The Harvey.
Yeah, women, do you know named Harvey?
Yeah.
So, but no, wasn't it Harvey, Irma, then Jose, or was it Jose?
It goes
by alphabet.
It goes by alphabet.
So it'll go H-I-J.
Because I was out there working. I was out there during that time. And
I remember Harvey.
So that's what we said. So
Harvey
we were saying Harvey was out trying to chase these women.
Are you sure it was Harvey?
Irma came to get him. I don't know. I just remember it was
Humberto.
I feel like I am
Google.
on it. I feel like it was like Hector or something.
Hilda, Hector, Humberto.
Hector.
I don't know if Harvey was maybe like the year before. But it was definitely in like it was in the Gulf, because I remember all the issues with like Harvey and stuff.
Oh man, was it Michael? Was it Michael that was the crazy one that was on the Atlantic side? Was that Michael or whatever? Oh man, I was on the Pride.
It's
that.
crazy.
That was
we
crazy.
all remember all these hurricanes. That's how long we were working on ships. Like somebody was like hurricane season. What hurricane do you want to know about?
Hurricane Ivan 2007 first contract, like 3 months in for my first
Hurricane
contract.
Harvey was 2017. That was like when I left.
So it could have been that.
So which one? When was?
That's why I didn't think Harvey sounded right. But
I think it's 16.
Or do you have your like weather love triangles mixed up?
Maybe I had but I know it came in 3.
There was 3. I remember that. I think it was 2016, maybe 15, 16.
Because
Ike?
we were
No.
maybe it was Ike.
Was Tina there?
Well, it was.
She was running away
on the river.
So.
Oh no, you're right. So Hurricane Irma was 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was all on the Magic, and was we in the Magic in Galveston? I think we all was on the Magic during that time. Because Galveston got flooded.
I wasn't,
and we got stuck.
Galveston flooded on the regular though.
We were, but
and
I was on the
Magic,
and the Magic was
fog.
coming out of
Fog.
the Magic was coming out of Orlando at this time. That's what I remember, because we couldn't dock back in Orlando. So the Magic wasn't in, because it was supposed to be a 6-day cruise, and then we were trying to get back to port before they closed the port. So they was like, it's a 6-day cruise, and they're like, all right, we're cutting it to 4-day, and they were trying to rush back to the port before they closed the port. Then they closed the port, and then they'd say, okay, we wait 2 days. Captain was like, and the captain was like, it's no way it's open in 2 days. He looked at me in my eye, he was like, no way, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, so after the second sea day came and we were waiting on the open, my running joke was then, hey guys, welcome to your last sea day. Every morning show, hey guys, welcome to your last sea day. I was like, is it the last sea day? Right. So now we're up to, it was a 6-day that was supposed to be that cut down to a 4. We're now up to 8 days on the ship, and we hadn't been able to dock. So now we're like, okay, it's 8 days. We're like, hey guys, welcome to your last sea day. And then on the ninth, right on the ninth day, it was like, okay, we're gonna sail to Louisiana, and we're gonna give like 24 hours for anybody to get off. You want to fly home, you want to blah blah blah, right? So we still had to get there. And when we got to Louisiana, we got off at least a good 2,000 guests off the ship, right? So we had about, I think we had like 1,200 guests left on board on the Magic, which holds 4,600 guests, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're coming back, and that's when I did Don't Blame It. I remember Irma because it was like, don't blame it on the moonlight, don't blame it on the sunshine, blame it on the Irma, something like that. And we did, and so that was like, and then of course we going back after we spent 24 hours in Louisiana. We got to leave, and we sail back to Orlando. And now we're up to like 10 days, 10, 11 days, right? So we went from a 6-day cruise, and we didn't get back to Orlando and get in for 14 days. And that cruise was still a fun. It was still a fun cruise though, because once you get down 1,200 guests on the ship, they don't care. They're like, hey, we can go wherever we want.
Right. Yeah, like 2018 was Hurricane Michael. I was on the Pride out of Baltimore, and we were supposed to go to like through the Caribbean, and that all got changed, but they didn't they didn't change it till after sail away, after boat drill. I finished boat drill, still didn't know where we were going, and I'm like, Captain, are we gonna find out something? Because I'm on the bridge. I'm not gonna do sail away unless you want me to go to sail away, and you're gonna interrupt me in the middle of sail away. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait. Right. Like, okay, let's find out. So we literally sat there after I finished like boat drill, sitting there. They're like, okay, we got it. We're going to Halifax and New Brunswick. I'm like, what?
Opposite direction.
Going home? What? What's going on right now? He's like, yeah, we're not going to Nassau. We're not going to Freeport. We're not going to Port Canaveral. We're not doing Lake Port Canaveral. Nothing. We're going to go to Halifax and New Brunswick, and then come.
Brandon, that Canadian
what a freeze!
Wi-Fi. That Canadian Wi-Fi. Is that a finger?
I am not sure what we're looking at.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's the questions are coming in. Maybe we can bring. There we go. He's back. He's back, Captain. Man, are you on that ship Wi-Fi? Are you on the social media plan?
Carnival Wi-Fi.
The $10 plan. He got the 10. Well, I don't think Brandon was around doing the social media plan.
I'm staying at my buddy's condo because I don't want to stay at home. So I don't want to stay at my mom's place and my wife.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, you know. So we got my buddy's place, and his internet's like,
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one more in the chat. Translating the captain's announcements.
Oh my God!
Look, everybody's face light up right now. I used to like just listening to what I would get from whatever cruise director, and it's been some tough ones. It's been some tough. Everson to come back on. So, he's gonna translate.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm in the middle of DJing. That's all I hear was it bing bing. Like shit, we ain't gonna never get this line dance. So I'm about to translate what the captain just said in the middle of A-Roc's line dance class.
Everson, I'm gonna tell you this one, and then I gotta go. But I'm gonna tell you this one. This was on the Magic, and this is for Andre Marchetti. He passed away like 3 years ago. And so this, whenever, for those who don't know, we know, but for those who are watching, whenever there's an emergency, we get a call, come to the bridge, right? And everybody on the bridge has an accent to us because we're never Italian. There's no Italian cruise directors.
No.
And so I get this call at like 5:48 or something. Like, come to the bridge. All right, cool. I drink my water, tank top on, flip-flops, shorts. I run up to the bridge, and they keep the bridge pitch black until daylight, and then they just let the light in, right? So I come on, I'm already like rubbing my eyes, like, hey, what's up, Captain? Now, me and him have been working together for like 2 years. He's like, is he here? I'm like, hey, I'm here. there's no communication between me and the captain about what's going on this morning. No, he was just like, boom, boom, boom. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, mind you, this is 6:06. Okay, on vacation, you vacation sleep. This is the captain speaking from the bridge.
Oh my
There
God.
is a coastal guard being conducted because of the sinking ship. We had the sinking of the ship, and the coast guard is conducted, but we're sinking ship, and we'll talk to you. Thank you. Have a good day. I was like, yo, I said, Captain, what? I ran right over.
What did you just
three
say?
times. He said, I was like, bro, what? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Straight up. I was like, well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies for coming inside your cabin at this morning, but we just wanted to let you know that the captain has been requested by the Coast Guard to aid in the rescue of 2 members of the surviving sailboat that is sinking because the Carnival Magic is not sinking. We are not sinking. The 2-man sailboat, of those 2 men, both survived, and the captain has been requested to aid in the rescue of those 2 members on that 2-man sailboat that has sunk. That is not our ship because we're not sinking. Thank
Because
you
we
so
are
much.
just fine.
You just repeating it
The rest
over
of
and
your
over
morning.
again.
Goodbye. That morning, I walked in. That was the first time I ever got standing ovation for walking in. I walked into the morning show. They was like, yes, yes. This dude was like, he was like, I was already at my muster station, man. I had to call my wife. Was like, where you at? I had the life jacket. And so from then on, that's when I knew. I was like, hey, I don't care what nobody says. My job means something. I'm essential. I saved everybody from drowning.
You're essential. That's right. You're essential.
Oh man.
So
man,
during
I gotta go though. I gotta go, man. I love y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Peace,
Bye.
Bye.
I left on
wrapping up.
I left on the sea days when the captains would come on around like noon or 1 p.m. just to, have their 10 minutes of chatter. And it would always be the same thing, like, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, we had a beautiful sea day. And then they would just tell you the time is, the time is
the weather. The
ocean is this many feet deep.
The sky is blue.
The ocean is wet. Like it was just, they would just tell you everything. I'm looking out port side. I see 3, no 4. Oh God, no 6. That's terrible. That's not Italian.
And it was always in the middle of an event. It's always
in the middle of an event.
Always.
Mixology.
Always. Mixology and
this is
groove
the captain.
usually.
Yeah.
Groove.
Yeah.
I want to say about the weather. It's hot.
The weather is hot. We know the ocean is wet.
The water temperature is cool 75 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. And it's also like, how do you know that? Like, is there somebody in the mooring station pulling up buckets? Like,
you didn't know it was Iputu.
Yeah, the waves are about 2 feet going on, and the wind is northwest as the barometer pressure is dropping. I'm like, weatherman, great. And over here, as you can see behind me,
we're trying to get this mixology done. We're trying to get the mixology done, sir. Can we finish our event?
Absolutely loved it.
So during Hurricane Irma, we had our captain had a very, very strong accent, and they had to call me literally all the time. And so it was like I had to take myself off of like every single event just because there were always new information coming through or whatever. And so the captain would make the announcement because he wanted to make sure that his voice was being first heard. And then I would come on and I would come in to say, thank you, Captain, for making giving us the information, just to reiterate, as Captain was saying, because everybody was literally coming up to me and they were like, we don't know what he's trying to tell us. And I was like, okay. So I like really was
I'm on my way.
Right. And then people literally told me that they would go to dinner and they would hear the boom, boom, boom in the dining rooms and all around the ship. And they knew that it was going to be Captain first, so they wouldn't pay attention to it. And then on the second time, they knew that I was going to come through with something that they could. And then literally, at dinner, they were like, shh, it's Q. He's going to give us the announcement.
Right.
And they would just wait for me to.
I love how they look at the ceiling too every time.
Right.
Every time.
There she is.
He's coming through.
Yeah.
Coming through. Oh man.
The voice from above.
The voice. Hey, I enjoyed this so much. I don't want to keep you all. I mean, I promised only an hour. We're almost going into 2 hours.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, thank you everybody who viewed, who tuned in. Thank you all for being
Thank you for
here.
watching, guys.
Yeah,
thanks for being
Caroline,
here.
Ron, Manny.
Look, see, Manny was in there. So Holly was in there.
DJ Pauly.
Who else is there? Let's see. There's a bunch of people in there. There's a lot of people watching.
Vinny P in the house. Vinny P.
So, but once again, thank you all. Hopefully we can do this again because people really like hearing about our life on the ship. And, we try to keep it all positive and funny. But anybody got any last words? Anybody want to get some shout outs to their Instagram? MarQ, I know MarQ's still on board.
MarQ, you're still
on board. Yeah. So right now the plan of attack is just wait until they kind of say go. And our update is basically the same as what you guys get. So, even though I know a lot of people are asking about, when can we go? Would it be safe? Literally, we find out the same day that you guys do. So bear with us as they're trying to just figure it out. Obviously, a pandemic that nobody can really be able to think forward. So they're just trying to do the best that we can. And Carnival whoop whoop. So thanks for that. But right now, the plan of attack is end of September. Is that we'll be going back into operations. So, hold on tight and know that just as excited as you guys are to get back to sea, I am right there with you guys and already coming up with new deck party plans and all that kind of fun stuff to keep it going. So thanks for hanging out and come join us.
Yeah, because I now live through my wife, so she's still playlist cast manager on ships too. So I'm still with her. That. Yeah, Chris is still doing her thing.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so we're waiting on stuff.
Over in the corner. Hey, girl.
She's in the other room. She's like, I don't want to be on camera. I know. She knows I would do this. She knows I would do that. She knows me well. But yeah, she's married. She's working. So yeah, what's
that?
What happens? But
so we got 2 cruise ship marriages right here. Both y'all married cast members.
2 cruise directors married cast managers.
Yeah. We need to do a separate about how Dee met her husband on the ship because that's always that was a very entertaining story at the wedding.
Oh, I got a great story too. So we can do this again too. Mine's
we'll do another segment next week.
You just let me know when.
Cruise ship confidentials. We can't have that until after 12.
Oh, yeah. We could do like a cruise ship love and marriage.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he's talking about.
But with the former crew. Oh.
Hey, there we go. MarQ, you can host, and then we need to get.
Got it.
I'm
on it.
Yes.
Pick a night that Liam's not working. Bring him over.
So that, exactly. I'll come up with new questions so you guys won't be prepared.
Oh, beautiful. I'm down
All right. Hey, I want to thank you all. Stay on the line about the end of the live stream. Thank you, everybody.